Let's get it. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Monster Chappy here. Giving y'all some more of this free offensive scheme out of the Washington Redskins playbook. And today, we're going to be breaking down a whole lot of information. So if you need to rewind, go ahead and do that. If you don't, you don't. Catch on first time. Good. More power to you. Anyways, this video, we've been breaking down one play at a time for most of the videos. Sometime two, sometime three. This video, we breaking them all down. We're breaking down a whole gun bunch offset formation. So let's get straight into it. So this video isn't 45 minutes long. I'll fly through things. So like I said, just rewind if you need to. Anyway, read option. That's the run play of choice. I prefer out of this playbook. I just think it's the best option you got available to you. Now, first play we're going to be looking at skins drive. This play, adjustments you want to make is going to be to drag the solo wide receiver and then put the halfback on a delay like such. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the play, what it looks like versus man defense. And we are attacking a lot of the short portions of the field. So if your opponent runs a lot of cover two, I probably wouldn't recommend this play in particular. But versus man, versus cover three, versus cover four, and this play can work against cover two. It's just best against, it's just, just not the best against that. I should just put it that way. But anyways, this is what the play looks like against zone. And the big thing on this play, that fade route isn't the greatest against man defense. So against man defense, let's just go through this one time. Against man defense, you got the drag. It's going to be open. And then you got this guy going across the middle here, the slot wide receiver. And then sometimes the tight end, if you got a pretty decent tight end, will get open on the cutback. But it'll be pretty obvious if he's open. And then if the guy covering the halfback blitzes in. Now against a zone, our first read is going to actually be the tight end on this cut right here. As he makes his cut, you can make that pass and get like 3-5 yards, just depends. But I like to make that pass. He's kind of my first read. You can also go with this guy for a quicker pass too, but if they shade underneath, a lot of times he'll be, kind of guarded. But the best part about this play against zone coverage is this fade route over here. And the reason is because it doesn't matter if they're in cover two, cover three, or cover four. This fade is going to keep the flat zone's attention for a long time. And that opens up this area of the field for not a huge gain, but we're talking about 5 to 7 yards consistently. Very consistently 5 to 7. Even if it's cover two, they're going to have to user it basically. If they don't user that, then, he's just going to be wide open. So this against cover two. Got Hester doing the fade over there. We just wait. I should have waited a little bit longer, actually. I got to wait till he gets past the hook zone. That was my fault. I was impatient on that pass. But anyway, he's like our main read against zone because as soon as he gets past the zone over there, then he's just wide open. And that's the reason you don't want to run a reverse cover two, because that hook zone will kind of stick with them. But with anything else, he's going to be wide open, him or that quick cutback from the tight end. So the next play we're going to be looking at is called PA Skins Dig. I'm not going to go too much into this play, and the reason being is because it's pretty obvious what we're trying to accomplish. All we're going to do is streak Tammy, the tight end, and block the halfback. You can put him on a delay if you want, but for this example, I'll just block him. And pretty much last play we attacked very short portions of the field. This play we're going to be attacking deep on the field. So we got 3 guys essentially attacking deep. And against man, that route to the solo wide receiver does get open pretty consistently. We'll run this one more time. So this man defense right here. This is block sheds right there. Anyways, so it gets man defense again. You got that guy, and then the guy going across the middle of the field. Yeah, I do actually need this play to develop one time. Oh my gosh, here we go. This is exactly what Madden loves doing to me when I start recording. So let's do this one time. And hopefully we get more than 2 seconds in the pocket. Okay, so we actually got more than 2 seconds. Oh my gosh, I don't know what was up that pass. Anyways, point being, you can get that guy on the deep cut as well. And then you've also got the corner route to the outside here, which you can sometimes hit for a decent gain. Now that's a bit riskier pass. The man does cover it pretty well. Let's go ahead and run man press this time. Like I said, it's a bit more of a riskier pass. But if you got somebody quick like Hester, mainly if you got somebody with some good route running, it's going to work a little bit better. And you can always go for a bad read aggressive catch too. But mainly with this play, really, is for beating cover 2, cover 3. That's the main thing we want to run this play against. And that's because we just read the safety, and whoever the safety doesn't go after, we just make our read and throw it deep. So one of those two is going to be open, either the post or the streak from the tight end. One of these two guys is going to be open. Let's go ahead and hurry up this up here. We just watch this safety. Whoever he covers, just go to the opposite guy. So if he leans and cheats towards this side, you go to him going across the middle. If he cheats towards, obviously the post, then you can go to the tight end. Sometimes this corner will try and cover the tight end, in which case you can sometimes get this guy in the corner over here. And then you just kind of got the guy going across the middle of the field. If everything else gets taken away, a lot of times if you get him like another split second here, as he gets towards this spot of the field, he's open because those hook zones are pulled away by the other 3 routes. But very simple play, very simple concept. So I'm not going to go over that a whole bunch of times. Next play we're going to be looking at is called bunch drive. This play is particularly used against zone defense. I will show you what it looks like against man. But when you run this play, you're going to want to run it against zone. The adjustments I like to make is to put the flat from the wide receiver on the slot there, and then streak or fade the outside wide receiver on the right. To put the slot wide receiver on the flat, you need a hot route, hit his button, which in this case is X, and then hit L2 or left trigger. And then that's what the play art looks like. So we got one-on-one over here. You can take your chances with white or go over the top. Again, if there's no safety up, you can go over the top with Julio. But mainly this play is just going to beat, pretty much just going to beat zone defense. Now I'll show you against man defense. The route to the halfback most of the time is going to get open. Now I've noticed if they have someone like Kuechly or a guy like that covering him, he'll, guard it pretty well. I don't know what is up with Matt Ryan and these passes. Like this is getting crazy. I thought he'd be a good quarterback to use for this video, but apparently not. But most of the time, if they do run man, you can check it down to the halfback there. If he's guarded really well, though, you just got to cut your losses, move on to the next play. Now, this play is a flood concept on the right side of the field. And so, when we go against zone, we're pretty much just looking a lot of times. It's going to be this tight end who's wide open. That's against cover 3. Against cover 2, we would notice a very similar thing. Just watch, and then, you can get a really big play to the tight end over there. And then, you just kind of make the other reads as necessary. Like if they're running a zone blitz, you can, a lot of times, I love when people run Mike Scrape versus me, because what I'll do is I'll run this type of play. They move this guy out, they blitzing this guy, whatever, something like that. I don't know, maybe they come over here and use her or something. But a lot of times, even if that blitz comes in, you just make a really quick pass right there, and then you can get some pretty decent gains, especially with a guy like Hester on the flat right there. So that's a really good way to beat those cover 3 blitzes, especially like the strong safety Scrape and Mike Scrape. And that's with just about any play. The last play that we're going to look at is we're actually going to be looking at Skins Dig Deep right here. And this, I didn't want to expose this, but I love y'all, so I'm going to expose this play. This is the man-beating concept in the game that I've known since like the beginning of the year. I just haven't talked about it because it was kind of exploitive. And if you stuck to the end of this video, 10 minutes, this is the last play we're going to break down. It is worth the wait. So shout outs to you, man. Loyalty pays off. This is by far one of the glitchiest concepts in this year's game against man. And that is either a motion route like this route works. But if you've got like a comeback like that, Just watch. Against man press, what happens? You just motion hike him, and then as soon as the guy cuts upfield, he gets like a super glitchy animation. Now, it didn't happen that time because I'm trying to work two controls right here. So basically, all you need to do is motion hike. Oh my gosh. Okay. Please go over. Thank you. Stick with him. You're going to motion hike while he's moving. Boom. As soon as he cuts upfield, you can get a really big gain. All you want to do for this setup is we're going to put the tight end on a flat, and then we're going to actually drag the solo wide receiver, and then we're going to motion hike Jones here. And so it's going to look something like this. Once he gets over there, go ahead and hit it. Like I said, he's wide open. You can't really see it on the screen, unfortunately. Anyway, go ahead and motion hike this bad boy. Once he gets over there, wait. You're going to make his cut up field, and he's just wide open. So what happens is when you do this motion hike, it works with the comeback. It works with this route. It doesn't work with a lot of routes in the game, but something about these two routes, once he makes his break up field, the corner just kind of goes very, very silly. And so you can get some pretty big gains over there. Now, even if they run man press, it's actually kind of worse, in my opinion, for what it does to the defense. But as he makes his cut up field, you can just hit that all day. And that is just one of the nastiest concepts against man this year. It just absolutely destroys it. And you can get one play touchdowns. Like if they don't have help, like from the safety or something, you can get one play touchdowns. Only thing I'm not doing on this play is actually timing it right. If I waited a little longer, you can actually lead him upfield as he's, going upfield. Wait a second. There it goes. So you can, if you get a decent pass and you can hit him with the run after catch, like I said, guys, it just destroys man defense very consistently. Doesn't matter who the corner is, too. Like, it can be somebody who's good. It can be somebody who's not that great. But as you can see, Julio Jones is just having a field day. And just to show you, it's not just Julio. We will actually do it with Roddy White over here. I like to have faster guys do this, but doesn't necessarily need to be a fast guy. But as you can see, it just for whatever reason tears up the man defender and straight up just abuses him. I know I spent like 3 minutes on this, but this really is one of the glitchiest things in this year's game versus man defense. So if you're struggling against man, it also works with comeback routes. Now, there's not a lot of plays that have comeback routes, so that's why this play in particular is really nice. But if you do have a play that has a comeback by chance, it has to be a motion out route, and then you just go ahead and hike that bad buddy. I like it pretty well because it just, you could just get nasty plays with it. So, in my opinion, it's one of my favorite ways to beat against man press. So that's like the main read against man press or man in general. Just always motion hike him. Just going to hit him while he's in motion. But there are other routes that get open on this play. In particular, you got the halfback right there. As soon as he releases, I'm not going to motion hike just for the sake of the video. But as you can see, like the guy covering the halfback comes in a lot of the time. And you can just hit him for a real nice pickup. You got this flat route right there if they're not covering that right away. Of course, that's a good little quick read. And then the guy going across the middle of the field actually does get open. The halfback's wide open right there. But the guy going across the middle does get open. It just takes a little bit longer to develop. Now, as you can see, every single time the guy covering the halfback has just left them. And that does happen pretty often versus this play. I don't know what it is about this play, but that delay route just causes a lot of problems for man defense. Let's go ahead and flip it one time. You can run it either way. Doesn't matter. Get your motion hike on, and away you go. And so that route from White does actually beat man even without the motion hike. But even when he cuts in, it'd still be open. I just like hitting him as he goes upfield because that's when you get the really big plays like this. That's when you get the one-play touchdowns. Like if there's no safety there, that's a touchdown. So that's what I mean by one-play touchdown possibilities. And then what happens is they go to take away Jones's route over there. So they do something like this. And then what do you got? You got Hester with no safety one-on-one. or a corner one-on-one. And, yeah, you got to take that all day long. So that's what I'm saying as far as this play has really big potential against man defense. Now, against zone, versus pretty much any zone in the game, we got a flood on the right side. You just got to read it. This guy going up the seam there is really effective against cover 3, cover 2. He's just really effective against zone. That Hester route is just really good against zone defense. So we just motion hike out here again. Oops, hit the wrong button. But you had Hester wide open. Let's go ahead and run cover 2. Like I said, this is just a really, really nice play right here. So this is a cover 2. Same adjustments. I keep forgetting to put my man's on a drag right here. I usually like putting him on a drag. I like putting him on a drag because it's a lot quicker. And it beats man a lot better and more efficiently. Also, it's better against zone. So definitely drag him. But like I said, you can just wait. You got the drag wide open. But one of the guys going to get open. I'm sorry, guys. I've been forgetting to drag wide. I'm supposed to drag white. So even against like cover 3 or man, like even against man, he's going to get open. So that's why I like that, because he gets this little separation right there. And you can get some pretty big gains. So that breaks down the gun bunch formation out of Washington, though. And I hope you guys enjoyed gun bunch offset. Hopefully you found something useful. And if nothing else, you got that motion hike out of this video. So that'll do it for me, man. Drop a like. Till the next time, it's been real. It's been fun. It's Monster Chappy. Chill. We gone.